Hi guys, Twane here, the legal template analyst, and today I'm taking you through our commercial agreement of sale with the involvement of a real estate agent. So let's dive right into it. We start off by filling out the details of both the buyer and the seller, as well as the details of the property being purchased. The agreement then goes on to mention the purchase price as well as how that is going to be paid, and also makes mention of value added tax. The agreement further goes on to look at things such as ownership, insurance of the property, and occupation. The agreement then mentions transfer of the property as well as consent, surety, and nominations under this agreement. The agreement further looks at jurisdiction and foot stewards. Now, foot stewards, that just says that the buyer buys the property as it currently stands. And then just any acknowledgements made by both the buyer and the seller in light of this agreement. The agreement then has the cooling off period as provided for in law, and also looks at the breach of contract, as well as noting down the domicile of both the buyer and the seller. Now, under domicile, you want to fill out your residential address as well as filling out your email address. The agreement then makes note of the agent's brokerage that will be handling this agreement, the sale, and also the condition of the property at the time that the sale is concluded. The agreement further looks at the waivers made by the seller as well as suspensive conditions to this agreement. The agreement then has some general clauses such as obtaining of electrical and gas certificates, and also the conditions of the offer itself and the agreement as a whole. The agreement then includes the POPI clause. Now, this is for data protection purposes, and that just gives you consent to obtain the buyer's details and also sets out how those will be used and protected. The agreement then makes note of Section 228 of the Companies Act. Now, this is if the property is the only major asset of the company under this agreement. The agreement then has some general clauses to the agreement, as well as the FICA clause as provided for under the law, and any special conditions to the agreement. That is then signed by both the buyer, seller, and agent, as well as witnesses for each. The agreement then has a disclosure form, and this is for the condition of the property, and that is filled out by the owner or seller of the property. So let me just take you through that. Just some definitions, declarations that they then sign, any additional information they want to add. And at the end, that is then signed by the owner of the property. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please let me know if you have any other questions.